Well, hey, good morning, guys. This will just be a quick one. I'm waiting for somebody to potentially join the stream, but if they don't, that's okay. We can just hang out together for a few minutes. Madden is on vacation this week, so she'll be back on Monday. I do believe, though, that today is her little Joey's 8th birthday. So happy birthday to them. I know they have some pretty special birthday plans. So I think they're going to have a really good time. So anyway, I was waiting for somebody to join the stream with me. I don't think they will be today. Maybe we can get them on tomorrow. But I know that the theme of this week has been Chromebook Drive. And I know we've talked about it a lot. We're going to keep talking about it for a little bit more, maybe until just past Labor Day. But here's where we're at on that. We're just over $1,000 raised right now on this Chromebook Drive, which is awesome. That's so cool. Like, we've already put together $1,000 in just a few days here in an economy where people are having a hard time, making ends meet right now because jobs are hard to come by right now. So thank you so very, very much for being gracious and generous and making that donation. Can you give us some more, please? We're looking to hit a goal of around $25,000 for our Chromebook Drive this morning. Oh, hi there. I didn't see my comments. Hi, Alejandra. And hello, Cindy. How are you this morning? All right. So we're looking for a goal of around $25,000 on this for the Chromebook Drive. So we are 1/25th of the way there. Only 24 25ths left until we hit our goal. So if you can, khop.com, if you would not mind making a donation. We've said this before, $1 or $5, $10, $15, $25, $100, $1,000. Oh my God. Can you imagine somebody dropping $1,000 on this stage, just saying, here's $1,000 to go buy some Chromebooks for some kids? When you think about it, like $1,000 is a lot of money. It's really cool to have that money. They do need these. They absolutely need these. When you think about this, like $1,000 is a ton of money, and thank you so much. But $1,000 also, because they're Chromebooks. I mean, I think right now we're at about 5 Chromebooks. So thank you for the money, for the donations. Can we please get a little bit more? Like I said, we're looking to raise around $25,000 with this Chromebook Drive. So again, super simple to donate, khop.com. It takes about 3 minutes to go through the donation process. Make your donation, and then we're going to run this through, it looks like through right around Labor Day coming up. David, dude, seriously, man, 10-4. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for all that you can do. Other stuff we have going on. Obviously, California's on fire. Again, I guess it's that time of year now, right? So we are looking at the lightning fires now over in the Del Puerto area in the Diablo Grande Canyon. The last I checked on those, we are around 5% contained. Winds through that area are going to cause a little problems today, but essentially it's the terrain in that area that's making it difficult to get to. But they got it around 5% contained right now, but we're seeing all that smoke and haze in the air this morning, especially. And I don't know if you noticed from yesterday to this morning, not that it makes that much of a difference, but this morning especially, it smelt more smoky out. Yesterday it was hazy. Today the smell was more there than it was yesterday. And even though the smell was more prevalent, there was not nearly as much ash on my car this morning. Like, I went out and checked just to see, because yesterday when I came out, it was like somebody had snowed on my car. This morning it looked just kind of like a light dusting. But anyway, to our fire crews that are battling these blazes all across California, there's a bunch of fires going across California right now. So to all of our fire crews and first responders out there doing that, thank you so very, very much for putting your life on the line and taking care of those blazes for us here in California. 'Tis the season. It's August, right? This is wildfire season. So we had that going on. We also have a chance for you to score lunch from Papa Pablo's for up to 20 of your coworkers. That's also a thing that you can do at khop.com if you haven't done that yet. I was looking at the spreadsheet. We have a lot of businesses in the Valley, so I know that there's some of you on there that have not entered yet, but we bring Papa Pablo's to you every single Friday. So get yourself registered. All right, here it is. She is with us now, and we haven't had much of a chance to really talk or catch up, so we'll see how this goes. But Natalie, do I have you here on our stream? Good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing really, really well here. Let me get my headphones plugged in so I can hear you a little bit better here. All right. Well, we got our stream going. We got Natalie going. I went on this stream a little bit early and said, hey, you know what? Natalie's not here yet, but I'm going to wing it. So you let me practice winging it today. Thank you.
All right. That'll be for both of us.
All right. So you are the bilingual specialist at Valley Home Joint School District. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So when we say bilingual, I'm assuming we're primarily speaking about Spanish, English second language, correct? Okay.
Yes.
In our Chromebook Drive, and we've kicked this off now, we're about 4 days in. We've raised, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but we've raised just a little over $1,000 so far.
That's great.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. What are some of the challenges you face? Because we talked to one of your coworkers yesterday, Mrs. Benkula, who said that these Chromebooks that you guys have now that you're working with are 5, 6, 7 years old. They're bogged down. They're slow. They have a difficult time connecting to the internet. And then for somebody like you, who's working with a lot of students and a lot of parents that are English second language, like what are some of the challenges that you're facing right now in terms of these Chromebooks, connectivity, how they work, and how you're working with the students and parents?
It just faces another challenge. It's already hard enough that English is a second language to these families. And on top of the frustration of having to help distant learn and not be able to know how to help their student or their kids. Having slow computers is another job on top of the responsibility I already have. Calling parents, FaceTiming parents, texting parents, trying to work through their own frustrations of a slow computer, not having
Right.
missing keys, having this slow computer, not having access to the internet like other families have. It's just been frustrating for a lot of the families.
Well, and when you think about it, and you bring up a really good point, when you think about assisting parents and getting their kids set up, because I'm in the throes of that as well with my kids. But when you're working with parents who are English second language, so in some instances, like you're kind of going cross-platform, like you're FaceTiming on one, but then you're trying to explain the Chromebook on another, and maybe if that Chromebook is slow, you're trying to explain how to access it on a different computer, which I mean, the platform is the same, but everyone's a little bit different. Like, do you run into challenges like that where you're just trying to get them on?
Absolutely. And it's, while I'm on the phone with them, I'm just like, okay. And they're like, oh, it's loading. I'm like, okay, let's give it a minute, So that just takes time, to just get one task done.
Right. It's loading is like the mantra of 2020. It's loading. Give us a minute.
That's exactly right. I'm like, all right. And then let's just be patient, That's our other mantra of, let's just go with it and let's be patient and let's figure it out together.
I never asked Mrs. Benkula, but what platform do you guys use in terms of, like, my kids are on Google Classroom, and so
Yes,
every morning they have a Google.
We use Google Classroom, and Seesaw is another app that the parents and the teachers are able to use. It's able to translate in a different language if that's your home language. So that's been beneficial to a lot of the parents and the families.
It's called Seesaw?
Yes.
Okay.
Our first time using it as well. So
when you're doing your teaching, are you doing a lot of do you do like the Google Hangouts, the Google video conferencing, and try and get like all the students in one Google Hangout together for a little bit, or are you more into okay?
So I do more of a small group.
Okay. Do you run into issues where you're trying to get on video conference and then they're on their Chromebook, but these things are so dilapidated that where you would normally have like a group of 10, maybe there's 3 or 4 that are having a hard time getting on, and that sort of slows things down a little bit?
Absolutely. That's exactly right. It slows things down. So if I'm waiting for a response, their computer is freezing, or I can hear them, but their screen is frozen, or vice versa. They're telling me, oh, I can't hear you, or, oh, your screen's frozen, on their end as well. So yeah. And then it just takes time to backtrack, what did they miss in the last, 30 seconds to have to reread them a story or reintroduce that information. So it's time consuming.
Hey, I'm just curious, and outside of the Chromebooks, but after you do your Google Hangout, how many students would you say, after you do the whole class, are contacting you individually through either video or email asking for help on assignments? Like, is that for a teacher, is that an all day thing? Once the Google Hangout is done, it's kind of like one question after the other, and you're just taking them in order as they come in?
Absolutely right. Yep. Taking them in order. And then reaching out to the individual teachers and asking them a certain question. Because I have, families in spans of kindergarten to 8th grade.
Okay. And then for somebody like you, because you're the language specialist, and when you're working with people who are English second language, and you're working with multiple children in one house, because something that I learned, and especially about like the Valley Home School District, is that you're sort of a sprawling school district where you have several students who own farms and ranches, and then even more students whose parents are working on those farms and ranches. And you've got several students who are multi-child homes. And so when you're working with students, you're working with parents who are trying to chew through the technological challenges. And then on top of that, are you also working with, like, you're trying to chew your parents through something, and then you've also got more than one kid in that household that needs your attention. And so now you're kind of splitting your time between 3 people just in one household.
Yes, that's exactly right. And different grade spans, and you have to shift from kindergarten work to 8th grade work, you know, to be able to help them. And that's tough too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us. Like I said, we're at about $1,000 right now. I think we have a $25,000 goal. So we are 1/25th of the way there.
Yes. And $1,000 sounds like a lot, but you know, if you think about it, that gets maybe, you
Like
know,
5
eight to 10.
Chromebooks?
I mean,
8 to
yeah,
10?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they're around $200. So yeah, it doesn't get very much. So we still have a long way to go.
All right. We only have 24 25ths left. We can do this.
All right, we can do it.
All right. It's okay, I'm sorry for asking. I didn't get a chance to ask you off the air, but is it Miss or Mrs. Lopez?
Mrs. Lopez.
Or so it'd be Senora Lopez.
Senora Lopez. That's right.
Senora Lopez. Did I get the role right?
Yes.
I'm trying really hard right now. My wife and I are trying to learn Spanish together. So I'm trying
great.
to work on my R's right now. So
all right, you did great.
thank you very Yes, I got an A today. All right. Senora Lopez, it is Valley Home Joint School District, one of the 11 school districts here in the Central Valley that are either Chromebook challenged with old Chromebooks or don't have enough Chromebooks, period. On top of that, and like you were mentioning earlier, you're also working with a lot of families that are English second language. So on top of working with Chromebooks that aren't working right, you're also working with a language barrier with people that aren't necessarily used to working with what you're giving them right now. And so it just challenges all across the board right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And this would be beneficial and helpful. So thank you so much. We appreciate this a lot.
And not only to the students, but to you too, because the more time you spend on trying to get people through working with a Chromebook that's not working right is less time that you can spend with the next person in line that has a question.
That's right.
All right. KHOP.com. Please donate whatever you can. $1, $5, $10, $15, $25, $1,000. Maybe somebody out there can drop 1,000 on this. We can get Chromebooks into these children's hands. Senora Lopez, thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
You too.